Hi, I'm Eric Westrich. We're here at Evo Nexus as part of San Diego Startup Week. And we're excited to have Christine Takara from EMMES, who has four of the buildings downtown, the second largest real estate landlord,
commercial office real estate, yeah.
Office real estate landlord. And some interesting, we've been chatting a little bit here. You have some interesting ideas on how offices look, where they're going. So start with the idea of, where did you first get the idea that building startup ecosystems, when did you think the startup economy in San Diego was going to grow and that you could be a part of it?
Well, we purchased the building 707 Broadway. It's an old bank building, the Chase building. And we had this idea to reposition it as kind of the office of the future. So we amenitized it with things like 30 EV charging stations, these massive murals on the exterior. We put in a game room with a PS4 and shuffleboard table, a complimentary gym, and we made the building dog friendly.
Ooh.
So this, we found, really appeals to startup companies and creative-based companies.
Wow. So first of all, huge fan of the EV chargers. 30, I don't think I've seen 30 EV chargers anywhere in my life, so huge fan of that. So you came up with this idea, you got this building. How did word get out, or how did you know it was catching on?
I think with the murals we put outside, they attract a lot of attention, and we've been touring prospective tenants through the building, and they're loving what we've done with it. You really have to see it to understand what's going on the inside. And we found that these companies are really gravitating towards things like a dog-friendly building.
So what's the most satisfying thing you've heard a customer say about that building?
I think that I've heard customers saying that they are specifically looking for a building that allows them to bring their dog to work. And they don't have that downtown. And we might be the only high-rise that is dog-friendly.
And you can put the dog in the back of their electric vehicle to drive it there, which is, I think, cool. So dogs, electric vehicles, you got a couple checks in my book. Where do you see this going? You know, you've got this building. Where do you see this going in the future?
We're already starting to see this urban migration, if you will.
Okay.
Companies moving from Mission Valley, the suburbs, to downtown. So I think that this is a trend. And I think a lot of startups and innovative companies are going to come downtown.
Great. And you're here at Startup Week, and we appreciate the the use of the spaces, because there's over 100 events and people have to have them somewhere. So thank you for that. But how do you see leveraging Startup Week itself as a tool to forward this Office of the Future idea?
It's a wonderful exposure for our buildings. We're hosting 75 events this week in 3 of our buildings. That's 701 B Street, 707 Broadway, and 1 Columbia Place on the west side. So I think it's wonderful. We have 50 or 100 people in our spaces all throughout the week, getting to see the views and the great amenities of the building.
Well, 1 Columbia Place is where everyone's hanging out. And,
yes.
And next year we may have our studio over there, since that's a great place too. Anything else you want to talk about on Startup Week or EMMES?
We're just excited to be a part of it. This is our first time being a venue sponsor, and certainly won't be the last.
Christine, thanks so much for being here and for helping with San Diego Startup Week.
Of course, nice to be here.